Are you a boob guy? More a butt guy? None of the above guy. I'm a hat man. I like a girl with a big old hat. Yeah. I was awestruck when she walked in.
Oh my gosh.
Not her bod, but how she topped it.
What?
Looking so fine with the long brim. And she clothesline people often.
Watch out, watch out.
Yeah. Taking up some space in the club.
Hey.
And I don't give a dang about the bud. You got a curvy hat. Damn girl, where's the derby at? Girl, your bucket hat is fucking fat. How much padding did you stuff in that? I think she got some work done, cause she's wearing a construction hat. Hey. Girl, you got the biggest hat I've ever seen before on your head.
Are you kidding me?
I can't even fathom how it got between the door on the way in. Can I weigh it? She sent me a pic at work, had to close it fast. In the pic she's fully clothed with a bowler hat. Hey, girl, you know you're bad. Fuck a titty, show me where is the fedora at. An enormous ass brim like 83 inches. Like she came to see Biscuit. 3 hats, that's a triple crown, dear. She snapped, said my eyes are down here. Girl, you got the biggest hat I've ever seen before on your head.
Okay, okay, okay. What?
Okay. I can't even fathom how it got between the door on the way in. Can I weigh it? Scoochie. Boochie. Are you a boob guy? More a butt guy? None of the above guy. I'm a hat man. I like a girl with a big old hat. Yeah. I was awestruck when she walked in.
Oh my gosh.
Not her bod, but how she topped it.
What?
Looking so fine with the long brim. And she clothesline people often.
Watch out, watch out.
Yeah. Taking up some space in the club.
Hey.
And I don't give a dang about the bud. You got a curvy hat. Damn girl, where's the derby at? Girl, your bucket hat is fucking fat. How much padding did you stuff in that? I think she got some work done, cause she's wearing a construction hat. Hey. Girl, you got the biggest hat I've ever seen before on your head.
Are you kidding me?
I can't even fathom how it got between the door on the way in. Can I weigh it? She sent me a pic at work, had to close it fast. In the pic she's fully clothed with a bowler hat. Hey, girl, you know you're bad. Fuck a titty, show me where is the fedora at. An enormous ass brim like 83 inches. Like she came to see Biscuit. 3 hats, that's a triple crown, dear. She snapped, said my eyes are down here. Girl, you got the biggest hat I've ever seen before on your head.
Okay, okay, okay. What?
Okay. I can't even fathom how it got between the door on the way in. Can I weigh it?
What is this episode? Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to see you guys in the chat. Waiting. I don't know what episode it is. I think it's episode 80. Yes. I should say 76 again. I feel like I've done it like 5 times. How is everybody doing? I'm so excited for the show tonight. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but my awesome sound guy, the whole package guy, he made it happen. So everybody, feel free to slide into those DMs and tell Dark Horse thank you so much. All right, are you guys excited? Jackson was throwing a fit. Yes, he was. Bill, I'm so excited to see you in the chat. Oh, I'm so happy. Wesley Pipes, yes, Mr. Leal, I saw you. I am so pumped right now. Thank you so much. So I have notes. I have notes all over the place. Jason was just making fun of me because I was like, some of these things, you guys are going to see that I guess I could have spent more time in biology, maybe, but honestly, I think just English, you know? I don't know how I got good grades in school sometimes. But I'm like, how do I pronounce this? So you guys just wait. You guys just wait and see. So I'm going to try to, I'm not going to ignore the chat because the chat is the most exciting part of the show for me. But I am going to try to go through the slideshow first because I have 40 slides tonight. Usually in our past couple shows, we've been rocking about 20. So just so I don't take forever going through this, I'm just going to try to like sock it to you guys. And then at the end of the show, I'll go through the chat because I can't wait. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me see. Let me see if we scroll down over here. Where I might need my Dark Horse support already. How did he do it? Oh, let's see. Okay, Dark Horse, if you're listening, I'm not sure how you set this up, but I can't see my slides. Off to a beautiful start. Yes, and I don't have my phone. Hold on. Give me just 1 second here. Oh, yes. Can you please pull up my slides? Hopefully our son is already not freaking out and he's able to see this. Yep. You guys know about that 1-year-old life. Jackson's coming in hot. And I will say, you guys should see this belly. This shirt, this is going to be the last time I can wear this shirt in a long, long time. Our other son is stacking up well. We got an ultrasound yesterday. Just a little update. Our other little man is doing fantastic. Yes, I think he's the size of a banana, according to my app. It's the little things. Okay, let me see what Jason is hopefully going to check that out. Yes. Mr. Subobsky, let's go. I'm so excited you're here too. I haven't seen you in the last couple lives, so thank you so much for coming in tonight. 710 DP. Oh, it's so good to see you. Wesley Pipes. Yes, I caught it. I'm here, out there. Cheers, everyone. So good to see you. Oh, Chrissy Cannon, we got Mama Jello in the chat tonight. That is so exciting. Never get to see Mama Bear here. All right. At work, about to finish up sanding. Cheers and looking forward to the content. 710 DP. That is awesome. Thanks for working on a project and stopping by. So good to see you every time. I hope your world is fantastic and your family. Mr. Lil, you always just add a sparkle to my life. Thank you so much for coming in. Mousetrap. Soccer and weed talk, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Bill, we've had on the show in the past. I'm trying to get him to come on the show again. Billiams Fungi. He's awesome. he was a grower at Verde for a long time, and he's worked in the industry for a long time, and he's awesome. He does living soil. I bet Bill, you'll actually like this show tonight because I usually talk about sterile cultivation and all the things involving that side more, hydro and things like that. Tonight, no, exact opposite. Microbial biostimulants and biological nutrient systems in cannabis. We're going the exact opposite path tonight. So guys, get excited. Number 2, congratulations. Thank you, Wesley Pipes. That is so nice of you. He is due at the beginning of November 2nd to be exact. Jackson came 3 weeks early, so I'm like crossing my fingers he's not going to be born on Halloween because, I mean, even if it goes down like that, we're in. But I feel like for him, I want him to be able to have a birthday party plus, go trick-or-treating. It's a pretty big deal. Doob Crew, oh, it's so good to see you. Thank you. Michelle, so good to see you. I can't wait until we can meet face-to-face and we'll get all the girls together. And we need to get them on their smoke game a little bit more. Boomers, Kim Painter and Mama Jello, but they would love you. They would love you so much. I already know you and Boom love each other. Living soil for me too. Oh, I hope you really like this, Wesley Pipes. Oh, miss your sunshine, Michelle. You are my sunshine. Yes. 5:30 Skeptic caught a live show. Better late than never. That's what I'm talking about. I was late tonight. So thank you so much. My man is ignoring me. So I'm going to see if I can pull this up. If I mess up something though, don't panic. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to do this. Bum, bum. Oh, I hear him. I hear him. Thank goodness. Maybe I don't. No. That is not the way, though. That is not the way. Mash that like button. Oh my gosh, would I appreciate that so much. I feel like I don't want to be that person. I always hate listening to YouTube things and then be like and subscribe. But they actually have likes and subscribers. I don't know where it is. Okay. This one. No? Okay, hold on. All right. So then how do I do it? It's different.
It's way different.
It's very different.
I don't know what the fuck you did.
I didn't do anything.
Change your background.
Well, you told me to click on this. Look. Look.
Yeah, that's not it. Right here.
Dang. Okay.
I don't know why it has your background. It used to be black.
Well, I like white too. So wait. So really fast. If I do this normal. Oh, screen locked. Okay, so if I do this and then I go here. No.
You hide the first one. You don't mess with the locks.
So which one? Right here? Okay, but then the next one.
Click this.
Click this.
Like that.
Okay.
Not doing anything?
No. We're having a technical moment. What if I try to click? See that? Because that's that one, babe. I need my pro. I think it's gonna work. I just know it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes Jason did this beautifully. Sometimes it's a little different than our normal ones in the past. So, guys, you're going to have to baby step with me. He's working it out. Well, what else is going on? What else is going on in everybody's world while this is getting our tech guy rehabilitation? I feel it happening. Okay. Thank you. I don't know why I look so shitty. Jason put extra effort into it. I put extra effort into it. And I'm going to have to use something different. I'm realizing to make the pixels, you'd think like high resolution would be like easy on this. But for some reason, it looks so good on the computer. And then it does not look good on the TV. So I'm sorry about that too, guys. But now, thank you, tech guy, because we are rolling. Are you guys ready? Let's just shake it out. Let's just shake it out. Okay. The living soil concept. Cannabis roots thrive in living soil. That is true. That is very true. So before we dive specifically into that, let me look at these notes. Okay. Today's presentation explores how microbes, nutrition, and environmental management work together to influence cannabis growth, resilience, and final product quality. It's very important to us out there. Cannabis is not growing alone. Every root system supports a diverse biological community that directly impacts nutrient availability, disease suppression, stress tolerance, and secondary metabolite production. Gosh, yes, it does. Okay. Living soil is an ecosystem containing bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, arthropods, and plant roots interacting simultaneously. Discussion. Here we go. Cannabis evolved in partnership with soil biology. Modern cultivation often focuses only on bottled nutrient while ignoring these biological relationships. So I did get a lot of questions in the chat when we were talking about nutrients. So I hope tonight I touch on those a little bit more specifically. I think we will. So let's cross our fingers. So we've got roots, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizal fungi, nutrient cycling, microbial synergy. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I don't smoke weed. It's harder for me to talk. So let's just cruise on to the next. Here we go, guys. The root pack maximizes and biological mixed. So what I'm trying to say here is I am sure people have seen root pack available at your grocery stores or online. Capulator came out with this product. Honestly, nothing against Capulator, but you can get this in so many other products and very cheap. So you can start with something like this because it has a good amount of things in it working together for your plants at different phases. But as a whole, you guys probably use a lot of biological mixes. So don't get stuck to just this either. But it enhances root development, improves nutrient uptake, encourages beneficial microbial activity, strengthens plant health and vigor. Great for all growth stages. It's very true. Let me see my notes. I did try to expand a little bit on this as well. Yes. The rhizosphere, the narrow zone surrounding the roots, influenced by the roots exudates, okay? Sugars, amino acids, enzymes, and signaling compounds secreted by the roots. What is happening in the plant when we're saying this? The plant actively recruits microbes capable of improving nutrient acquisition and defense. Yes. The plant isn't passively sitting in the medium. It's actively shaping its microbial community. So sometimes I think it's easy to forget that when you're growing and you're just putting this mixture of things into a plant pot, especially from bottled nutrients, because let's be honest, they're pretty direct and straight to the point of what is actually in the actual nutrients. But you wish the bottle honestly said like, this is specifically doing this at this week. And they don't. So maybe one day. Yes. Okay. If I struggle through any of these words, you guys just need to understand that in daily conversations, I'm not dropping this stuff. Okay, so you can make fun of me, and I am totally down for it. But throughout the whole slideshow, Jason was already making fun of me, so feel free to. But I'm going to still say it. I'm still going to do it. Yeah. Okay, this often includes bacillus, trichoderma, and mycorrhiza. Those, I would say, we know and hear pretty often and use pretty often. The best timing to use these things are in clones, transplants, early vegetative growth. Why? Is because protection is greatest when beneficial microbes establish before pathogens. So the earlier that you can begin exposing your plant to these things, the better off you are. It helps every time. It's going to actually biologically protect the plant from actually being able to obtain fusarium or some of these other things, like even HLVD and these other things that attack our plants, like can really, really help you tremendously. Okay. Let's skip to our next slide. Sorry. Let's see here. Competitive exclusion prevents bad colonies and promotes balance. Beneficial microbes out complete harmful pathogens, encourages a healthy, diverse microbial community, better plant outcomes, stronger growth. I have other notes on here too that I think, sorry, I'm doubled up on the notes. Let's see. Okay, I do want to touch on this really fast. Sorry. But so, yeah. Root primordia development is root primordia are clusters of undifferentiated cells that eventually become roots. After a cutting is taken, auxin hormones accumulate near the wound site. Certain stem cells are reprogrammed to become root producing tissue. The clone isn't growing immediately or growing roots immediately after you cut it, right? First, it's building the blueprint for the roots. These tiny groups of cells called root primordia are essentially baby roots waiting to emerge. So callus formation, after you actually take the cut where the clone is, this is like important because you do have an open wound, and this is obviously the only way to propagate with clones specifically. So callus formation is a mass of undifferentiated cells produced at a wound site. What happens? The plant steals the injury while deciding whether to produce roots. Think of callus tissue like scar tissue that is also a construction zone. It protects the wound while preparing for the root formation. Advantageous roots. Roots that develop from non-root tissues. All cannabis clones produce advantageous roots. Unlike seedlings that grow roots from a seed embryo, clones have to build an entirely new root system from the stem tissue. I think it's very intriguing. I know we have a lot of guys on here that pop beans, obviously, but I think this is pretty cool if you're obviously working with clones. The rhizosphere, sorry. These are just some definitions that I wanted to touch on because just in case, if anybody's wondering. Okay. The narrow region of the soil surrounding the roots influenced by the roots' exudiants. I think we already covered this already. The rhizosphere in the plant's underground city where roots communicate with microbes and trade nutrients for sugars. Root exudiants definition technically is sugars, amino acids, and organic compounds secreted by roots. The purpose is they recruit beneficial microbes. Yes. Plants don't accidentally feed microbes. They intentionally release compounds to attract the microbes they need, which is pretty incredible if you think about it. Biofilm, a protective layer around the microorganisms attached to the surface, is very important because it protects the roots against pathogen invasion. This is the God, the holy of holy. I feel it's just amazing because it really does make a tremendous difference. These are some of the things that obviously if you're growing sterile, you're not going to get the benefits of. And I do love growing sterile, but this is when this relationship on how these hormones and how these sugars and all these things are working together, that is absolutely beautiful to me. Let's see. Ba-boom. We have a lot of symbiotic, microbials. We'll go into that in a little bit. Okay, let's see our next slide. I don't want to skip too far ahead on my notes. Let's take this one. Trichoderma, the fungal predator. This is pretty badass too. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this is the first microbes to arrive to often determine who wins the battle underground. Beneficial organisms physically occupy the root surfaces and consume resources. Internal process. This is awesome. Pathogens struggle to establish due to lack of attachment sites available food sources. So the trichoderma specifically really attacks the pathogenic fungi, breaks down cell walls, wages biocontrol, supports root health, decomposes organic matter. This is just incredible. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm going to see if I have any side notes that would be good for that. If this is annoying you, just let me know. Endophyte. Maybe that. We could talk about that for a second. So the technical definition is a beneficial microorganism living inside the plant tissue, benefits disease suppression and stress tolerance. These microbes move from bodyguards outside the plant to allies living within it. Induce systemic resistance. ISR. If you ever see that when you're actually reading, I don't know, any information online or in a book, is immune system terms that sometimes they'll just abbreviate and you'll be like, what the fuck is ISR? But this is what ISR is. Induced systemic resistance. Okay. Definition. Microbe triggered enhancement of plant defenses. Okay. Hormone pathway. This is one of the words. This is one. Get ready. Jasmonic acid. I hope I'm saying it right. I really do. Okay. ISR is like a plant vaccination. It prepares the immune system before the attack. It's just cool. It's just cool. Systemic acquired resistance. Immune response activated after infection. Salicylic acid is the hormone pathway. SAR occurs after the plant realizes it's already under attack. These are these hormones that we're talking about. Sorry, I should have specified that. Is okay. This one. Here we go. Phytoalexins. Okay. Again, if I'm saying this incorrectly, feel free to voice your opinion. Is okay. The function though is a defense against pathogens. Phytoalexins are the plant's natural antibiotics. It's pretty cool too. Okay, we know that the nutrients. Okay, we don't need those notes right now. Let's go to our other slide. Nematode trapping fungi, biological pest control. This is amazing to me because I do talk about nematodes pretty often on here, and a lot of people are very confused because my computer just died, the other one. So we'll forget about those notes. Okay. But I talk about nematodes quite often, and I feel like people get frustrated because a lot of people use separately different, a beneficial nematode, but here we go. Nematode trapping fungi, biological pest control. Fungal networks trap and disable harmful nematodes, protects roots naturally, encourages beneficial biology, better plant health overall. It's just amazing. Because if you're using things like bacillus, this is going to help you tremendously. Bacillus is, again, you'll see in like, I believe the root pack as well is a different strain of bacillus that's offered by that company. The foliar pack and the root pack. I have used the foliar pack and the root pack in different application ways and obviously follow the label. Okay. But I will say if you have like an infestation of, for instance, root aphids. This will really work very quickly if you do a drench. Commercially, you can't use this as a treatment, but just in the back of your pocket, just know. Bacillus is another thing that most of the strains we can't use commercially, but if you're at home, fucking amazing. Okay, and there's obviously multiple different strains of Bacillus. So some you are allowed to use commercially, and some you just, majority of the ones that you want to use though commercially, you cannot. So just note, whatever. But your plant also metabolizes it very, very, very quickly. So, okay, Bacillus species are beneficial bacteria capable of producing enzymes, antibiotics, hormones, and biofilms. The functions of these things are disease suppression, root stimulation, ISR activation, and let's see. Bacillus species are some of the most resilient microbial inoculants used in the commercial cultivation. It's true. But at your house, I feel like you should even give it a go if you haven't tried it before, because it's just so satisfying to see the results. And it is really good, like we said, if you use it, if that first initial transplant, so good. Let's skip up here. 7. Induce systemic resistant ISR. Plants naturally defend themselves. That's true. It's pretty cool. So trichoderma. This, I feel like trichoderma is another one that's just, it's coming in hot. Beneficial fungi used for pathogen suppression. Let's see. It functions as a micro... This is just great, Shame. Okay, here we go. Mycocarpartitism. Yeah, I definitely said that one incorrectly, just so everyone knows. I can spell it for you. Okay, ISR activation, root stimulation. Trichoderma isn't just protective, it's predatory. Gosh, I just see like a tiger when I think of trichoderma. Just coming in hot. So it activates the plant immune system, reduces disease pressure, triggers plant defenses, encourages stronger growth, supports overall plant resilience. I cannot believe the resolution of this. It's okay. You know, by the end of this year, we're going to be pros at all the above. You guys are going to just be mind blown because you're going to be like, I know exactly what she's talking about this entire time. Okay, so let's see. Of course, this is the word that I just annihilated. Okay, mycopartinism. No, I feel better that time, kind of. Technical definition: one fungus attacking and feeding another fungus. So the process: detention, attachment, and coiling, enzyme secretion, and digestion. So complete and bioavailable nutrients, supports all growth stages, increases microbial activity, improves nutrient uptake, balanced plant nutrition for more harvested and dense flowers. This I have noticed, if you actually use these with one another and you kind of ease them slowly into the plant though, as it's, let's just say that first transplant, like I said, if you're using, let's see. Technically, this is how we'd want to build it, is, if you're using Bacillus first, yeah, I would say first at the youngest stage. So again, that first transplant. Trichoderma, I wouldn't introduce until at least 7 to 10 days after that first transplant so that it has time to get established. And then again, that this gets, just so you're getting the most benefit out of it. But I think, again, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's going to help your plant like really flourish and be able to be like so resilient, even with things that I know come from other environmental stressors, like say powdery mildew and things like that. This is going to help. This is going to help tremendously. It helps suppress Fusarium, Pythium, and other root pathogens. And it really, really does make a huge difference though. Even if you have algae to some degree. I know a lot of people growing in all soil don't really battle algae, but sometimes you do. And for those that do grow with rock wool, algae is a real thing. So it even works great for that. I'm just saying. I'll work on my mycocarpartism. Yeah, got to. It's embarrassing. So let's see this one. Shit the knees. I only say this, okay, because this was the word before. It's chitinese. Sorry. But before Jason left, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is shit the knees. And it's chitin. Okay. So, but this is how I'm going to remember it forever. Don't be telling your friends that you learned about shit the knees tonight, though. Chitin. Okay. An enzyme capable of breaking down chitin. A primary structural component of fungal cell walls and insect exoskeletons. Important natural biological control mechanism. So, let's see. Nitrogen fixing bacteria convert atmospheric into plant available forms, lowers nitrogen inputs, improves soil fertility, benefits all plants. I wish you could actually read my slideshow and see this beautiful photo here because I think it is fantastic. Let's just go to 10. Let's just go to 10. I'm losing my grace already. We're like barely into this. Mycorrhizal networks. The underground highway. So cool. It really is. So this is your Pythium defense. Pythium can happen to anybody. I feel like, anybody's garden is susceptible to this. So Pythium is responsible for dampening off and root rot. So conditions favoring disease, low oxygen, warm solution temperatures, excessive moisture. These are things that we can all kind of, I think, battle in our garden. Or if you're using pots that are like those cloth pots or plastic pots, I really feel like it's an extra shenanigans. You should definitely be using something like this if you are using those, because they are not going to be working to your advantage. Early biological colonization, proper irrigation management will prevent these things. That's great. Yes, it is. So let's see if we go back to this. Mycorrhiza extends far beyond the roots, improves nutrient and water uptake, supports plant health, increases yield and quality. We're going to talk about this so much because if your uptake is obviously on point, you're going to have beautiful weed finish. If your uptake ever gets interrupted, that's where we're going to run into things like the root rot, or, all of this stuff, Fusarium, Pythium, HLVD, all of the things. Let's see on this one. This is my favorite. So this is a nematode trapping fungi. Phosphorus mining, unlocking potassium and minerals. Mycorrhiza and microbes liberate locked minerals. Improves potassium uptake, costs less, ecoform. I don't even know what my last note is on that. Let's see the definition. Fungi capable of physically trapping parasitic nematodes. Yes. Structures, sticky knobs, adhesive nets, constricting rings. These fungi reduce root damage and disease entry points. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it when I walk into a garden or on mom plants or anything like that, is you can see where the actual nematodes are causing the plant to stunt in that specific area of the plant. And I'll do it on the show one time and mark a plant before I bring it on. And I will record this in the grow room so that you can see it on the screen. That's how we're going to do that moving forward. For those that have seen and witnessed my attempts of holding a plant on a green screen. Yeah. But I will show you because it's very intriguing. And once you see it, you'll be able to see it forever. But you can also see the detriment that it causes. And once you have this happening in the actual structure of the plant, you can't change the old growth, right? And you can change the new growth, but you'll still potentially have these nematodes stunting even the newest growth. It's like we'll have small residuals of nematodes forever in it unless you're doing some treatments and some progressive things. So we want to do that. We want to do that. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to go through the chat because I want to see how you guys are hanging in there. I don't think I was actually originally going to college to be a teacher. You guys wouldn't believe it, an English teacher. And I bet you guys are like, good thing you didn't take that path now. Wesley Pipes, inoculate the good guys. There is no vacant space for the bad guys. The pathogens to have an opportunity to corrupt the system. So cool, Wesley Pipes. I love that you're into it. Biology controls hormones. Hormones control growth. I love it, Wesley Pipes. So cool. I would love to see your garden. I bet it's beautiful. Billiams, fungi. Living soil gave me a love for fungi. Yes. Yes. It was funny. As Bill, I referred to a job years and years ago, and I didn't want to take this consulting job, and I was like, Bill will do it. And Bill probably hates me for it now. But yeah, he got them to switch from, I believe, doing it sterile, though. I'm not sure if she was specifically running sterile, actually, now that I say that. But she was running Rockwool. And I was impressed by Bill because he got her to do actual living soil beds in a commercial facility. Pretty cool. I feel like he was too good for the person he was working for, though. Stutter. So happy. So happy when you're here, Stutter. I hope you're having an awesome week. When you take a cutting, do you get them in hormone powder or something? Oh, that's a great question, Boo. So your moms are typically, where we take the original cutting from, unless you're getting them from somebody. But you would be taking the cutting from your mom plant. And most clone gels and solutions, there's various different kinds, but they do have different hormones in the actual gel or solution, depending on what you're using. And it is just to seal the wound and give your cutting a little boost. Yeah, mousetrap, awesome. Gels, solutions, etc. Very true. But people have different approaches on that too. Like Hortus IBA is a really, really concentrated hormone blend. If you use it not delicately, you can really fry your clone so soon. Versus something like Clonex is a lot more forgiving. And good for, I'd say, majority of genetics and things like that, without it being too sensitive or getting too much front loaded. Wesley Pipes, you can also front load with phosphorus before taking cuttings to help them root. So awesome that you say that, Wesley Pipes, because phosphorus people really don't think of when they think of cloning or that early stage of plant growth, but so beneficial, especially at small amounts. But no, it's awesome. And that's good for some resilience in the plant as well. Some people use mousetrap. No problem. Some people use aloe powder and some nothing at all. Neat thing about genetics. So true is aloe powder, a lot of people do that grow fully organically, versus using a hormone gel or something like that. But I think the weird thing about aloe vera in that brand new stage is, and I don't mean to be contradicting as we're doing this show, but you can sometimes get other bacteria going on because of the aloe vera. Not always though. Again, you just how your cleanliness is of everything. Getting going. Oh shit. This is one of my words. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to annihilate this. YXNGSAS Suki. Okay. Suski. Suki. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yang Sasuke. I think this is such an awesome name. I'm sorry for annihilating it. Okay. But I am so ecstatic that you're here because I have not seen you here before. And I am pumped that you stopped by today. So thank you so much. And I send you all the love on your week. And I hope to see you back here. Don't be judging this podcast. It's too hard. Okay. Wesley Pipes. Salicylic acid is what's in the aloe. Thank you. Gosh, Wesley Pipes, get over here. Aaron Woodley. Oh my gosh. What up? I love you. Every time I see you love, it's just, you make my whole day. Okay. You are awesome. Thank you, Aaron Woodley, for always coming by and always giving me a little pep in my step when I'm feeling a little squirrely. Thank you. You are the sparkle I needed. Michelle, thrilled to learn all these tricks for healthy growing. Oh, thank you, Michelle. My freaking unicorn. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, I'm going to mess this up. Hold on, let me go back here. There we go. Let me check my notes. Phytoalexins. Man, it's got to be everywhere that I fuck up. There's got to be a whole slide. Yeah. Next time I'll practice this before I do this on the podcast, okay? I didn't have time. So, yeah. You guys just wait. So, the definition. Antimicrobial compounds produced by plants. Fantastic. So, the foliar pack. Leaf surface systems. Nutrient foliar delivery. Leaf surface engineering for protection and performance. Pest suppression. Disease protection. Smarter nutrition. And an enhanced antioxidant. Can't go wrong with that. Let me see if that is not our right part. 13. So defense against pathogens. Yeah, okay. Key point. Beneficial microbes can stimulate phytoalexin production, which is what we want. We want this. We need this. So, in anything that is suppressing the bad is obviously leaving the space for all the good to really take off. And once your plant builds that type of resilience, though, then it's going to be really difficult to, even if you did have exposure to insects or something like that, you're going to have the upper hand. You're going to win. Okay. So model absorption, direct leaf uptake. Nutrients enter through stomata directly, increases efficiency, quick foliar uptake, supports stress response, saves water, essential in all growth stages. It's very true. So this is for the nutrient packs that I would say that you see. I wish I put the one from Capulator up here, honestly. Just because there's so many different things in the actual packs. And I'm trying to remember from the foliar pack and the root pack the differences. Sorry. You guys feel free to Google this, or while I'm talking about it even, I apologize. And I'm trying to think of some of the other companies, really, because I would say that you should look at the other companies because of the cost. You can get a lot of these things for a lot cheaper than his product line specifically. Yes. Okay. So So when you're using these things, though, OG Biowork. Gosh, thank you, Mousetrap. I was trying to remember. I was trying so hard right there. Thank you. Yeah, OG Biowar is the one specifically, and I think that it's the one that has bacillus up the yin yang in. But that's the one that really, really works incredibly well for insects. I would say root aphids, It's just awesome. Especially if you're into flower. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mousetrap. Yeah, Mycos. I forgot about them. It's like that was the brand way before the root packs and all that stuff came out. Mycos Azos is what everybody used to use. I'm sure you guys still do. I don't know. You guys let me know because I am just super stoked that you said that. I forgot about some of these products because I'll be honest, I just like to find the direct source now, the direct shenanigans. And it is because you can get so much quantity for so much cheaper, and you can control exactly how much is in your plant, obviously. So these are good though for, oh, Great White. Mousetrap, fucking awesome. Forgot about Great White. Yep, another popular one. You guys tell me what Mousetrap is saying, if you guys have tried any of these. They are good. I mean, they're not super expensive either, but you can get them cheaper if you directly source it. So these are good for nitrogen fixers, phosphate, phosphorus solubility. Okay, it will make it better. Sorry. Potassium mobilizers. It will help with all of those specific things. And it is just fantastic. Just fantastic. I wish that my computer didn't die because I had some of these good notes on this side. This is my favorite. Bavaria Bassiana. Yeah, just so awesome. Living insect control. Some effects: germinates, penetrates, exoskeletons, colonizes insects, pests die naturally. It's, again, just like really good if you're trying, like, these are the times that you have to be careful with some of these things if you're into flower, but these are the things that you can use if you are into flower and you end up getting an infestation of some kind. It's awesome. It's awesome to have in the back of your pocket. Gosh, here's another one. You're going to like this, Mousetrap, because the next slide, you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this. Endophytic colonization, internal protection. So this is actually Azos. Azos specifically. So Azospirillum bacteria capable of nitrogen fixation. Best application is early vegetative growth, transplant establishment. Benefits. Enhance vigor, improve chlorophyll production. Yes, let's see. Beneficial microbes colonize within tissues, health boosted plants, better defense, increased resilience, improved nutrients absorption, action following damage. Yeah. That's your Azos, okay? Misha, freaking thanks for saying that. I'm using that now. I wonder, yeah, I feel like Azos honestly it's just been around the longest, I would say, and it again is like a really good price point for what you're working with. If you're just looking for something that's not complicated, and you could use this on like other plants. This isn't strictly for weed, right? Like if you have your plants outside and like flowers or vegetables or any of the, like, this would be great. The Azos for all the above. But just keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out at the grocery store. We all get crazy with the grocery store, so don't get too crazy. Bavaria Bassiana, I mean, thank you, Misha, for specifying. Yeah, I love it. Freaking love it. I love saying it. It's the only word out of all of these that I just love saying. I'm like, give me an opportunity to Bavaria Bassiana you, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, 17. Let's see if I'm matching. Vegetative growth. What is happening in vegetative growth? Okay, let's see. Because this is where the nutrient packs, I tried to put when you could use these things like black and white. Clone, the root pack, nutrient pack, no on the foliar pack. So, I mean, pretty much like the only time you don't want to do this is when you're flushing. And it even says that you can use a nutrient pack when you're flushing, but honestly, that'd just be a waste of money, right? You're so far past the point of having your plants establishing anything or having enough time to establish anything or really being able to absorb and eat these. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just flush. But flower weeks 1 through 3, yes. Your flower 4 through that beginning of the flush, you could be using that. But again, the benefits of these specifically are the longer that they can actually develop in your plant. So if you're going to, like, honestly, if your plants needed a pick-me-up, say they were feeling a little sad at week 4 or 5, and you noticed some things that were concerning, then I would use something like this. All of the things that we've talked about so far. But really, if you're not running into actual issues or an insect problem or a rot problem, I would only use these until day 21 of flower, because it's not going to have enough time before you're getting rid of it. So what is happening in vegetative growth? Rapid cell division. Gosh, it's so exciting. Leaf expansion, branch formation. Nutrient demand. When you're early in veg, is high nitrogen, moderate calcium, moderate magnesium. Let's see. Okay, I need my other notes. Sorry. I wish my computer didn't die. I think you guys would like those notes better. One day I will be so pro at this. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Mycorrhiza. That's really what I wanted to talk about on this one. Cannabis growth, stages and microbe benefits. Clone seed, veg, transition, flower. Yeah, we know all that stuff. So mycorrhiza, symbiotic fungi colonizing roots. Exchange. Plant provides sugars, fungi provide nutrients. This partnership evolved long before agriculture existed. It's pretty cool. Sorry though, my picture is not a good one for that. Let me see if I actually pulled up. Oh. Sorry about that. NPK. We kind of already did this before. Maybe we can run through it, or maybe I'll skip it. But we know balance is key. So nitrogen, the foundation, right? Sorry, my nose. Nitrogen is specifically assisting with leaf and stem growth. Okay. That is why it's always going to be higher in most of the products that you see that are for vegetation. Always, always, always. Phosphorus, root and flower development. But be careful that you don't avoid phosphorus and potassium separately during vegetation, because there is benefits of both if you use it, like I said, at a low mix rate. Phosphorus is good for root and flower development, and potassium is flower quality and stress resistance. It's good to know. Just keep it in your back pocket. I'm sure you guys already know this one. Let's skip. I think we might need to skip the next slide. We can just do it. Secondary nutrients, calcium, cell walls and structure. Magnesium is for chlorophyll and function. Sulfur is protein synthesis and enzyme function. That's one thing that I really wish people would talk about, how badass sulfur is and needed a lot more. I remember in my very first podcast, or maybe it was on the Adam Dunn show. I can't remember, but somebody went off on me for telling people to use sulfur, and I was like mind blown. I was like, you got to be like fucking with me, because you just got to not like me, because anybody that doesn't use sulfur in their plants. I understand the people that are like hash makers and things that are like hostile if you even say the word sulfur around them. But the truth is I'm like, if you're a real cultivator, you got to get down with some sulfur, and you got to know how to use it properly. You can't be like fucking burning or spraying shit at, week 6 and on. But I'm saying, however, I've seen some idiots get down with sulfur. Yes, I have. But at the same time, I'm like, let's Let's not put that on everybody because sulfur is a beautiful and needed thing in the plant. Let's mobility in the plant. That's not a good enough picture to go into that, and it doesn't list all of them, so I am sorry. Nutrient deficiencies. Let's see. Phosphorus mining. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Sorry, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So, nutrient deficiency guide. Yeah, we kind of know. You usually, honestly, won't have nutrient deficiency unless there is something wrong in the plant. Like, I mean, unless something is out of balance, or specifically root rot or insects. Like, if you have something targeting your plant, it's usually that causing the interruption versus not using a good nutrient line or soil or something like that. It's very rare that it's your actual nutrients that you should be messing with. Yeah, we could probably skip this part. It's not very good. That was weak sauce. Sorry about that. Calcium deficiency. Are we really gonna? I only say this because my notes don't match with this. Let's see. Calcium. So the main function is the cell walls. So experiences deformed curled leaves, dead spots, weak stems, poor root development if you're deficient with it. Let's see. Membrane stability. Okay. Calcium deficiencies are often BPD related. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Magnesium deficiencies. Symptoms: yellowing between veins, necrotic spotting, weak growth, poor yield. I put these things in here because if you use any of these products that we've talked about, these microbes that we've talked about tonight, is this should be your first attempt before like getting too crazy with actually adjusting your feed, I think. So magnesium, okay, is central atom within chlorophyll. Symptoms include interveinal chlorosis, older leaf yellowing. That one's kind of hard because magnesium, I think, can also confuse people. I just remember years in the industry, people be like, it's just magnesium. It just needs more magnesium. But magnesium, like I said, is amazing because you can use it both ways, where the higher concentration that you use magnesium, the more it will flush out your actual nutrients, and the lower you use it, the more it will improve the uptake of the actual nutrients. So you have to make sure before you start doubling up on magnesium specifically to check the products that you're running, because magnesium is mostly in anything and everything at a low rate. But once you start like double stacking it, you're going to start stripping your shit away. It's not going to be good. So iron deficiency. Man, I cannot believe these notes don't match my good stuff. Those must be the notes on the computer. Okay, so iron deficiency, new growth will be pale. Poor chlorophyll, chlorosis, stunted growth. Yeah. Mousetrap, I just saw that. More CalMag, the old grocery store saying. Yeah, I used to get pissed when I would go to the grocery store and they would just like say these things, just exactly that, just like saying, and then they'd be like, go buy. I'm like, Dad, I know what you're doing. Okay, I'm not sure if the next slide is going to be sulfur, but I'm going to talk about sulfur for 1 second. If it's not. God, how the fuck are you supposed to read this? So disappointed with my resolution. So sad. Sorry. If you guys knew the effort that went down to this, okay? And then see what's happening right now. I'm very disappointed. Okay, but back to sulfur. So functions: amino acids, protein synthesis, terpene pathways. It's amazing. Okay, discussion mainly around sulfur demand increases during flowers. So That's what's contradicting about sulfur that people have used and abused and are now scared of. Is sulfur is great to use during flower. It is. If you're, this is where you have to be delicate with your timing and the amounts that you're using. Yes. But you should really either hit me up or just try to see what you think to get more familiar with using sulfur in flowers safely, because it's just a great product, and you'll see how happy your plants are. I'm just saying. Oops, sorry. As micronutrients, this is not necessary for this slide. Let me see. Root exudiants feeding the soil food web. Okay, so this is actually more related to the foliar pack. So nutrients released by roots attract microbes, supports beneficial colonies, drives nutrient cycling, improves soil structure. Healthy rhizosphere equals healthy plants. So true. Microbial and nutritional applications to leaves. So this is specifically, again, if you're feeding a foliar pack, you don't want to make your plants reliant on foliar feeds, to me, in my opinion, because you really do need that root mass and root zone to be what the plant is actually always uptaking from and relying from, versus just foliars are great when in doubt. Like if you're doing a lot of treatments, again, if you have some stuff going on, amazing. If you specifically are battling Fusarium or HLVD, foliars are great because your taproot is damaged. So it's good to like have that for your plant to actually rely on. But it's only in those specific instances that you really want to be doing that. Otherwise, it's good to occasionally do a foliar, right? I like to do it. I think it's great. But you don't want to get too crazy with this. So that's all. The benefits: rapid uptake, disease suppression, stress reduction. That is good. Those are all good. Let's see our next slide. Yeah, I thought that VPD, one time I like really want to do like a whole show on it, actually. VPD and nutrient uptake, the environmental connection. Proper VPD, optimal nutrient uptake, balanced temperatures and humidity. Too high VPD, stress. Too low VPD equals slow. Ideal range VPD 0.8 to 1.2. Yes. Let me see if I actually have a better note on this. Probably not. I really should try to charge my laptop because I had a lot of notes on this actually. Let me see if it's hidden in here. No. No, it's not. But dang. So sad. Because VPD is something that is so overlooked. We really will go into this more. We'll just go into this another time a little bit deeper. Terpenes and microbes, the aroma connection. Microbes influence terpene production, improves plants' defenses, enhances aroma and flavor, increases market value. Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it because obviously the sexier your plant is, all the things, the better your terpenes are. So if the plant is actually growing correctly and the nutrient uptake is all coming together the way it should, your plant really should be producing beautiful trichomes and additional terpenes, I would say. Let's see, the stomata. Yeah, you guys, the stomata is so cool too, but again, not relevant to why these notes are saying this over here. So, they're okay, we're just going to say this really fast. For those that don't know what the stomata of the plant is and what it's doing, it's microscopic pores regulating gas exchange, CO2 intake, transpiration, and cooling. Sorry that this was just randomly on these notes, and I wish we knew why. Biological control thrips. Biological control. Thrips. Predatory fungi and bacteria attack thrips, neutral balance over time, better leaf and flower protection. So the thing about thrips, though, that people don't, I think, realize, and most insects are like, they put your garden at risk for other diseases, most definitely. But thrips specifically, because of the way that they feed and the way that they transfer around and all of that, thrips are really, really bad to have at your facility. Whether it's at your house or, you guys know that I just went through fucking thrips. I fucking hate this insect probably more than all of them at this point because they're so easy to get. Like, whether you grab a new thing of dirt, that's how we got him. We paid $70 for a fucking bale of soil and thrips. They came with it. And it's like, but summertime, I've just noticed that thrips are one of those things. It's like spider mites, but they're not the same at all in this regard. But I think that most cultivators will run into having them at least once in their runs of growing. So watch out for these little fuckers though, because they really will destroy and stunt and disease and infest your everything. So if you do have a thrip problem, hit me up and I will tell you how to kill these little fuckers really fast. But don't let them build in population and then try to save your plants after, because it's honestly, they cause more damage than like a root aphid or spider mites or some of these things. And people, I only say this because so many people have overlooked them forever since I've been growing weed. Is like, they'll just be like, oh yeah, we just have thrips or fungus gnats or whatever. Both of those. Don't fucking fuck with them. You gotta kill them. You gotta kill them right when they start, because otherwise, yeah. Jason will tell you that we've had some of the like gnarliest thrips you have ever seen. I'm not saying like an infestation, like thousands of them. I'm saying like the strongest mother truckers you have ever seen. I've used the gnarliest shit sometimes, and they're like, whatever, hit me again. You gotta be careful too with like your floor. Thrips like will just be everywhere. Just everywhere. If you don't mop every day, it's so annoying. Let's see. 31. Did I just put away 31? Bavaria Bassiana. I think that's what this is about. Maybe not. Root aphids. Aphids disrupt nutrient flow. Bacterial and fungal treatments reduce damage. Protect roots, stronger, healthy roots. So this is if you're going to use, honestly, the Bavaria Bassiana for root aphids specifically. Is sorry again about that picture being like that. So disappointing. Nematodes. Let's see what this one is. Root aphids, no. Growth timeline, no. Well, here we go. The Bavaria Bassiana would also control your nematodes, fungi, bacteria attack, plant, parasitic nematodes, breaks life cycle, protects roots. This is just going back over. I wish I put that a little bit differently placed. Sorry, guys. But I don't know. You guys just see what you think. What you think. There's not like a wrong one that you could use. I think like I said, you should use them to build them up individually at each time and point of the plant's life cycle. But if you wanted to begin with something else versus, I don't know, like if you wanted to work on trichoderma before Bavaria Bassiana or something like that, just as long as you're really giving enough time, like we said, to let them get established. This one, the complete system. Yeah, this is just if you wanted to use the whole entire line. Yeah, this is going again more into like the nutrients that you can specifically find these things in. Complete, balanced, bioavailable. These are just kind of lame. Let's see. Foliar pack, yeah. We already went over that. Sorry, guys. Key takeaways. Hopefully. I'm not feeling that good about how I felt going into this. I hope that you actually get to take something away from this. Science is a healthy food chain. Yeah. Feed the soil, feed the plant, optimize the environment, use complete biological systems, increase quality and quantity. Watch with science, not depend on it. Yeah. Better slogans. These, yeah, we don't need the combo pack. Oh, thank you for watching the treat show. Okay. Well, I really wish that my other notes kind of worked, but I also wish that you could see this a little bit better. I'm sorry about that. But now we'll go to the chat. That'll be more fun. Fall Dog 8606. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. I hope that you actually did enjoy at least a couple minutes of this whole entire thing tonight, because I'm kind of disappointed. Okay. But it will be better. It'll be better in the future. It didn't quite go the way I wanted it to go. Rusty Nails, the PowerPoint looks like a sales ad trying to fit their product into the general going system. Sorry, Rusty Nails. So this is the thing, is I'll be real with you. It's like Capulator and I used to be cool years and years ago, and it's kind of like died out, to say the least. I would say that's died out. So it's weird. I definitely don't want to promote sales of fucking anything on here. But I do want to somehow talk about, that's why we'll try to do this one again. I think I'll do it differently. But I appreciate you saying that. But no, I don't care whose shit you buy or whatever. But I think, yeah. These are just for those that are just getting into growing, I think, or honestly, like I said, just running into problems late in the flower. Some of these methods, I don't know if you guys already know about, but it's good to have. Let's see, Rusty Nails. Roots exudents actually program the microbes to get the nutrients by fine-tuned programming of the microbe pH to attract the mineral, multiplied by billions. For those skeptical about no pH pens for living soil, think about the nutrient uptake charts based on pH. Yeah, Rusty Nails, I'm glad that you said that, because the thing is you cannot have like a pH that's fluctuating. I think that people make that mistake specifically with soil all the time when you say that, and they'll think that it's so forgiving, or that you can do that, or that you can feed just once or twice like that. But no, pH alone will cause so many problems to your plant if you don't stay within your proper ranges, depending on your medium. But like for soil, 6 to 6.3 is like, I'd say where I would personally want to be at. For hydro is, I really think that you should be rocking like 5.8 to 6 is those trace elements and things that you start grabbing onto after 6.2. I don't know. Let's see. Basic good info, but 10 product info. Yeah. I feel like, I'm sorry, Rusty Nails. I'm sorry. I love you, Kim Painter. I love you more. I've been missing you. We need to have our phone chat. The silent one. Taylor, I hope all is well with you. That's so nice. Everything is great except for my slideshow. No, the silent one. I hope everything is so good with you. It's so good to see you here too. I feel it's weird because you guys are like my family. It's not weird, but I need you. And there's certain people that it's so exciting to see new people come to the chat, because I really hope one day that the show could grow a little bit more and things like that. But honestly, it feels so amazing to have, to have you guys that actually hang out with me on the regular. In living soil, the microbes maintain the pH. I haven't used a pH meter since 2018. Yeah, if you're really got a system dialed in and you know exactly where your plants are sitting at, or maybe if you check your runoff, I don't know, Rusty Nails, it's like, I feel like it's weird because my specific salt line, and I know everybody hates salts probably in here, but my specific salt line, you don't have to pH or use a probe. That's why I love it, is because you can use a probe to like double check your work, but you actually will know what the pH should be reading at automatically if you mix it correctly. And that just is awesome. But I feel like because that's hydro though, and you're going off of EC, and it's just different. You don't have this buffer zone like you do in soil. So I feel, yeah, but I have seen so many people that grow with soil and they'll just start packing their plant with like all kinds of shit. Or they'll have like a heavy mixed soil and keep adding nutrients on top of it. And it's like, you can't be doing that. The silent one, over 6.2 in hydro, locks on mag. Oh, that's so cool. The silent one that you put that is amazing. Not saying it doesn't matter. Sorry, Rusty Nails. Not saying it doesn't matter. It's just not a grower concern if the plant does it. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is true. I think it's something that people should pay more attention to than they do. Or I don't know how to word that properly beyond that. Because if you are just like you're just pouring water and you're just like, it's okay, I don't want to mix this res, or I don't want to add pH up or down, or I don't know. I say this because I've also had a staff in things that just like don't give a flying fuck. You'll be like, this is so important. And like I said, we're growing with hydro or mixed media, but either way, I'm like, this is so important. Or if you're training somebody, you're like, just fucking do this. Like, you just get used to doing this. And then when you're more experienced in all the things, maybe you can, whatever. But I'll be like, check the pH. And then you'll go in there and it'll be like, the pH will be whatever time of year it's coming out at, wherever we are. It's like, say it'll be like 7.2 or something. And they'll be like, I just watered it like 1 or 2 days like that. And you're like, what the fuck? What in the fuck? Now my shit is going to be fucked. It's going to take me weeks to fix. And just people don't think, they don't think that, but you will see a rapid decline. Fall Dog, what hydro newts do y'all use? So this is weird, it's not that weird, but I have my own mix that we use, and I've used it for years though. I mean, I really was hard to get to switch over to a salt mix. And then when I dialed in my own salt mix, I found, I would say, to like simplify this, it's like a base that is synthetic, but it's actually sourced from all organic material. So it does have molasses in it, and I've never seen another salt mix or anything that has molasses in it. And I will say it adds a lot more flavor than most salt mixes, like compared to Athena and things like that. It's like I used to be sponsored by Athena, so I used to run these things against each other. And honestly, because of consulting, I was like, if theirs works better, then we'll use theirs. But in some of these other companies, but like Jax or like whatever. But honestly, it's a pretty basic mix. It's only a 2-part mix, but it is our mix. It is mine. But I think that it's worked for me for over like 10 years, and you can use it with soil. I know that seems like totally contradicting, and people are like cringe when they hear that, but it's something that I run really low. The EC that I stay around is like 1.4 to 1.6 majority of the whole cultivation cycle. But I think it's been really awesome. Jack's 321 if I run salts, but I don't run it like everyone else. I run it at 5 grams, 1.2, 1 gram per gallon, part A, B, Epsom salt. That is awesome, the silent one. I would love to show you if you ever wanted to try it. I would send you some, because if you use Jack's, like, it's such a, I don't want to say they're similar, because the actual base of Jack's and this are completely, they're just not similar. But some of the other things though, like the monopotassium phosphate or like the calcium nitrate, those things are similar to like a Jack's mix and things like that. But I like that you say that you like customized more of even Jack's. Jack's used to be a great product. I mean, like if they ever discontinued the things that I use or whatever, I would always fall back on like a Jack's mix. I think it's great. But I think that you might notice because you've actually used that. Like the molasses, like I said, specifically is, I think, a really awesome part to it. Yeah, but it's the same thing. I like to run like a low EC. Yeah. Let's see. Hydrate the roots, exudates, eat what is given, and the microbes don't do shit. Of course, you have to monitor pH. Rusty nails, you're so funny. That's the main difference in living soil. We feed the soil, not the plant. Yeah, that's true though. Like gardening versus chemistry. That's why I think, the silent one, I only run salts in hydro, EF and DWC. I love that you guys are both like so into this, because honestly, these are when I wish like we could just sit down and smoke a blunt, talk about all of it, because I think that that's when I got into, instead of living soil, is I think that's when I transitioned to really falling in love with hydro and sterile. I never thought I'd be that person. Let me specify that when I loved living soil, I loved living soil. And I was like, look at all these fucking hydro idiots. And I was like the person that was like, I don't want to smoke this weed. But that was like 14, 15 years ago. And once I made that switch though, and especially specializing with pest and disease eradication, like there was just so many things that they're so different. I guess that's the truth, is they both are such beautiful systems, but they're both so different. And I think that hydro, you have to get so much more into this science. I mean, you obviously can do that with living soil. So I don't want to say like it's only people that know, but you do have to have a little bit more knowledge and a lot more precision with specific things in hydro versus soil, because the soil is doing so much work for you. So I don't know. We could talk about that another time. I don't need to be in control because I'm a stoner and forget stuff. Better to keep it watered and let the plant be the plant. That's so cool, Rusty Nails. That's exactly like when you're putting it like that. I just think it is the truth. It's like some of the best weed I've ever grown was in like 10 or 15 gallon pots that I was only feeding once a week, and the rest of the days were just water, and they were so easy. I mean, like in that regard, they were just so easy to take care of. I used like 707 and Pro Mix mixed together and added some sheep shit, and it was like fucking amazing. Yeah, BioBiz used to be my favorite like pre-filled nutrients line. It is essentially like compost teas. I've talked about it so many times now, but it was awesome, and your weed was fucking amazing. It was just amazing. But I think that if you, I don't know. It's not that you lose interest or something, but if you're looking for something to like challenge you or spark you back up again, like, I don't know, sometimes hydro is a lot more fun than people think. And I think the challenge of having like a really flavorful, beautiful run from hydro is the most satisfying thing ever. Is like, if you really do it right, you will have beautiful tasting weed, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I confidently mean that. But some people just hate hydro weed. In DWC, I will run pure roadie last 7 to 10 days. I still get the fade and colors of soil in hydro, but my heart is organic. I don't got time for water changes. The silent one. That's so cool. Yeah, I think that's so cool that you're saying that too, because I love flushing. I will say it's amazing to flush in hydro, but you can easily fuck it up. I've seen people kill their plants because when you feed your plants in hydro, they are eating only that time that you feed them. And your salts will begin to stack over time and things like that. But really, when you go to flush a plant, majority of the time, depending on the pot size and things, like they're going to flush very fast. And people that are used to flushing for like weeks and things like that, it's not that you can't do that in hydro. It's just that you have to monitor it so differently, because they will flush out so fast and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I just fried this shit out of my plant. It's so sad. I do the silent one. I do large water changes on large reef aquariums every week that I have live coral. Oh my gosh, the silent one. I am so jealous that you do saltwater things. I want it so fucking bad. I've wanted it forever. I have one of those books for like the saltwater for dummies, you know? And I have made no progress. I've wanted fucking Nemo fish for like the little clownfish. They're so cute. But I wanted all of it. I wanted all of it. I like got into it again in like probably like 2012 or 2013. And I was like, I'm going to have this. And I'm going to have a dispensary that has a saltwater tank. And I'm going to have this and that. Whole fucking plan. But it's never happened. And now our son has a ocean extravaganza nursery that I think it would be so cool to have the boys have like a badass saltwater tank in there. But I heard it's so much work, and I want to do it, but I don't know if I want to do it right now. I think that's so cool you do it though. Fall Dog, I run Sensi Cocoa A plus B. My organic input into Neptune's Harvest Liquid Lobster plus crab and green aminos. What a beautiful mix. That is awesome, Fall Dog. I love it. The silent ones. Sundays were becoming a lot of work between hydro reses and aquariums. Yeah, I could totally see that. I used to get like frustrated at the grow, the commercial spot, because I would be like, I would mix the reservoirs and you know the time that they would need to be like remixed or something. And I would sometimes have my helper like, I don't even fucking know how, but like drain out the whole res or something like just stupid, just stupid things. And you'd be like, what do you mean you need me to come down? Like this res is supposed to last you like 2 or 3 days for all these things. But it was just annoying. If you had a flow with it, it was okay to like be in the flow. And honestly, I think my salt mix makes it easier than most mixes. I really do. But at the same time, it's still like a whole thing. You have to use hot water. You have to, you know, it sounds stupid, but it's like, it would take me like 2 hours to mix like 8 reservoirs or whatever. They're big, but between like filling them and I don't know. It's just the thing. Michelle, the muralscape in your son's room is gorgeous. That's so nice. Jackson honestly has the old studio, but he does have the best room in the house, I will say. And that is so nice of you, Michelle, because I don't know. He barely sleeps in there. It's funny. I'm hoping one day they actually like, you know, party in their room 24/7. But lately, Jackson owns the whole house. So, but that is really nice of you to say. I love his little mural too. It's not what I expected. My mom definitely is what happened there. It's like I was contemplating between like being like a Colorado Basic Bee and just having it like woodsy or you know all the rest. But thank you. These, I think that makes the head stash difference. Let's see. Rusty Nails. There are micronutrients in soil that we don't test for and don't know that include in the bottles. Microbe-fed plants can find stuff we never thought of. Yeah, that's the thing about science that is like really intriguing to me. Is it goes both ways. You know, like I'll say with like pesticides specifically with testing, something like that, is there's testing for pesticides, but it tests for 12 active ingredients in pesticides. Like it's not testing for pesticides, which people have a misconception of, which drives me fucking crazy because I don't think that you should have testing even for that. And I know people think that sounds so bad. I used to be the opposite. I used to love the idea of this, but after seeing how it's like actually run out and how it's manipulated and all the bullshit that goes along with it, like, no, I'm just like, you should either trust the person that you're buying the weed from or not, because because the testing isn't covering, like you could use like a product like Azamax until the day of harvest, or like Oxyphos or Zerotol, or I mean like whatever. You could use sulfur, you could use all these things, and people are thinking like Pyganic, so many things you could use until the day of harvest, and you would never know as a consumer unless you know, like you actually tasted it or something like that, the residuals. But when it says that it's organic and that there's no pesticides used, that's probably not true. It's just they're not going to fail their testing because they're not using imidacloprid or, you know, pyrethrins or something like specific in it. But that doesn't mean that I still don't want to smoke weed that just got sprayed. Like, you know, like with fucking anything. Like not an essential oil, not a fucking nothing. Gross. So I don't know. Personally, I just feel kind of weird about that. But I feel like science though specifically it's great, but it's only what people are actually focusing on. Like I know that's probably poorly explained, but I don't know. It can just be so manipulated. You know, when people are like fact in science, it's like you're like, I wish it was like fact in science. And just some specific things it's like that, but other things it's very like opinion based as well, or like dug into with specific motives. I don't know. Fall dog. The clown trigger fish is so gnarly looking. Really? I haven't seen this. Oh, fall dog. I'm looking it up tonight. I wanted the black ones. I used to draw them like over and over and over again and think that I was going to like manifest having clownfish that way. But nope. But I feel like I'm going to look this up tonight. Have you seen those upside down jellyfish? We just saw those at the aquarium one time. And I was like, I need these. I need these upside down jellyfish. And the octopuses, when you watch the guy with the octopus documentary or whatever, you're just like, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm not swimming out in the ocean to find one, but it's also not cool if you like want to keep a pet octopus when you're like, yeah, I know you need the ocean, but what triggers are known to kill everything in the tank if they get a wild hair up their ass? What? I watched one kill 3 angelfish in a matter of 5 minutes after being added to the tank. No fucking way. That is crazy. And angelfish, that is so fucked up. Oh, that is good to know though, because that is good to know. But maybe I could just have them then. And maybe they could just be, will they like hurt each other? I doubt it, but that'd be, yeah. One time my younger brother brought home these fish. This was like funny. This was like in like 2013 or 2014. Is he brought these fish home and we lived together and he was like, Jay, I got these at PetSmart and like from a guy giving them away in the parking lot. And I was like, sweet. And they were like cool fish. It wasn't saltwater fish, but they were like cool though. They were like mature and big and like all this. So I put them in the tanks and the prettiest fucking fish. I came back from work and they ate each other. Like it was the most fucked up. I was like, the guy didn't tell you? Like this is like before like, you know, like Google, you could be like on it. But no, I was like, the guy didn't fucking, you forgot to mention that like these can't be together. It's fucked up. So sad. I haven't had fish since. It's awful. J-Lo, if you want a bulletproof method of running an SW aquarium, I'll make sure you have success. No way. Oh my gosh. Those fucking angelfish are that expensive. I believe it though, because I would pay that much for an angelfish. That is awesome. The silent one, excuse me. The silent one, I want this. I can't have it right now. Excuse me. You know how bad the market is. I couldn't justify to Jason right now that I was like trying to like get my angelfish on or my saltwater tank. He'd be like pissed. I'd be like, I need like $7,000 to get this like awesome setup going. And he'd be like, Jay, you take it easy. But no, I need it. I do need it. But I feel like if I'm being realistic, okay, this is like something that I could like plan for on the side. What's this month? My birthday is next month. Okay, so I feel like I could bribe him and manipulate and throw fits and do all these things for a year for my next birthday. I could stay on it so if you could help me in about a year to have all, so we could prepare, so we could plan, so I can have my other son, and because he's not going to want to help me with this, you know? Sorry, guys. I know. I got it so excited. I love that you guys are all talking about, I'll DM you. Oh, the silent one. I'm so excited. I also love tadpoles. I can build you a successful. No way. Oh, I am pumped. The silent one. Yes. Rusty knows I also like your suggestions too. It's freaking funny. Okay. Well, guys, I'm so sorry for messing up. The times that I like put all the work into it, I think I like jinx it. I really do. I think I get like too excited, too much stuff, and then it just, I should have charged my laptop before. I don't understand why the slideshow wasn't matching my. I'll learn how to pronounce things before I try to say them clearly. You guys just hang in with me, okay? Because my show, I swear, one day is going to actually be good. You guys are going to be like, fucking, I learned something and this was awesome tonight. You know? I just know it. With a direct focus and a positive attitude. But I love you guys. Aaron Woodsley. I'll always think when I say those words now. But to all of you guys, for reals, I really can't wait. And I'm looking forward to that DM because I'm freaking stoked. I need this. I need this. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. And I hope to see you, I guess next Wednesday or next Tuesday. Next Tuesday or the following Tuesday. No, okay. I love you guys. I hope you have a great week. Well, shit. Sorry, guys.